Let's see. I'm available on the other computer here. Give me a moment while I get situated on the other computer as well. Oh, there we go. There. I think I need to share this on Facebook. Let's do that. Share. Oh, Facebook. And here we go. Chat. Let us chat. And yes. Okay. And one more. Share that. And here we go. Where will we be? We have got a lot of windows open. And we're somewhere. Yeah. There we go. Done. Hey, you're here before me almost. Good morning. So how was your day yesterday? A good visit. Excuse me while I a little bit of the morning sniffles. Well, I managed to wake up in time today, just barely. Some fellow is live streaming all the Taylor Swift concert. So being in Vancouver, I got pulled into it, and it was pretty darn good. I just don't know. He has someone in the audience basically holding a phone and live streaming the entire concert. I don't know how he's gotten away with this, not just once, but I think he's done it probably every single performance that Taylor Swift has actually made. So yeah, I guess Swiftie for the weekend here. But I did enjoy the show. To tell you the truth, wouldn't pay $1,000, but it was a good show. Oh, I'm glad to hear it was a good day. I'm gonna do my little introductory for Saturday, December the 7th. Plans are, we noted it's Hanukkah and the start of Hanukkah and National Illinois Day. Slow day again for me. Good. I'll be promoting my the World Music Techno Day, which is in 2 days, and Tanzania Independence Day, which is also in 2 days, and promoting Qatar. Is that how I pronounce it? Qatar National Day in a few weeks' time, and continue to work on my Christmas. I think I'm watching somewhere in the 70s. I'm still somewhere in the 70s. But I've got shows up to 1993 listed now. A lot of them. There's 100 of them by now. But, yeah, I went for my flu shot nice and early. Got my flu shot and spent the day watching the old vintage television again. That was my day. So I even though it was a successful trip to the drugstore, I'm sure you had a better day than I did. Actually, I'm surprised. I'm expecting it to feel a lot worse. So today, let's hope for a day of peace. Let's hope for a day of peace, especially being Hanukkah and entering, the season for many beliefs, coming up in the next year. Let's hope for peace for everybody. We can all get along. Blah, blah, blah. We can all get along. Sorry, just gotta get my speech in. I actually feel better today than I felt probably, knock on wood, a month. So maybe my theory about since the COVID shot puts my Crohn's in remission, maybe the flu shot would sort out everything else that's going on. Fingers crossed. Because Mind you, I've been awake for 22 minutes, so maybe I just haven't had enough time for the old pain molecules to start bouncing around. So did the Christmas fair, or was it a spiritual fair? Is it start today or did it start yesterday? B-Team Paranormal here, if you're in Victoria, BC, is going to be attending with a friend of hers a Christmas market today. The beautiful city of Victoria. Always beautiful at Christmas time. All the lights, of the provincial buildings seem to look a little bit nicer at Christmas with all the lights of the holiday season around. Yep. No plans. See, Miles has been a good boy. He actually laid down and watched the Swiftie concert with me. I was surprised. Mind you, he used to get bark box. And last summer, he did get a bark box, like a chew toy, like a very hard chew toy. One was a Swiftie boot, and the other was a Swiftie microphone. So Miles has been a Swiftie since last summer, I would suppose. I was surprised how many of the songs that I knew. And I could see why everybody sings along. I was singing along. But I thought, I want to see what this is all about. There's no way I'm going to ever go to a Swiftie concert. First of all, I don't have the money. Second of all, I'm telling you, that was a long concert. It was like 3.5, 4 hours long. And near the end, I was exhausted, and I was laying in bed watching it. I was like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to go home through all the Sky Train and the crowds. And then you got to bring yourself down. I mean, I was exhausted. It was very tiring. It was a long concert. But I don't know how the guy gets away with the copyrights of doing this every concert night. Yeah, we'll be busy. I guess this is really the start of the Christmas market season too. But yeah, I hope she does very, very well. I remember my mom, she was Christmas craft market, but yeah, basically the whole year of everything she did sort of, rode on the few weeks that she had to, during Christmas for the Christmas sales. Yeah. Well, you can see it's still very sparkly, and there's David, giving me inspiration every morning. Oh, Grandma Bear. Grandma Bear over here. Mary Myers Grandma. Anniversary Grandma Bear. You can tell that I don't leave my room much. I didn't get a chance to look at my gypsy fortune telling cards. I just came home and continued on my quest for Christmas entertainment, holiday entertainment. I'm up to John Denver Christmas, I do believe. So yeah, definitely, I think 70 something I'm in. But yeah, I've seen a lot of good stuff. And I'll come across an older one and go back and watch that. I watched Red Skelton and Lucille Ball as Raggedy Ann, like they dance together, like Raggedy Ann's all come to life. That was really nice to watch. Some old Dennis the Menace. Let's see what else. Dennis the Menace. A lot of like Christmas variety shows. Like I can't remember. It's too early. Oh, gosh, I'm not a person that talks very much, so this is quite unusual. To yeah. I remember watching Red Skelton when I was little. I think he scared me a little bit. My mom made wasn't he an artist for who was the artist? He was the artist that painted the clowns. My mom actually made clowns that looked like Red Skelton in his don't know what the clown was. It Freddy the Freeloader? I haven't got Little Rascals yet. I'm finding it harder. No, not the Little Rascals is newer, but anything the closer I'm getting to. Well, I'm in the 90s now searching. The less I'm finding, I guess it's just all copyright. The best I can do is bits and pieces of a show. I'm not going to do that. A runny nose. I wonder if that's from the flu shot. If that's all there is. That got off good. Yeah, my mom would make the red skeleton hobo and clown dolls, and one of the years she won first prize at the Vancouver National Exhibition when they used to have the craft competitions, and they had that building of all the crafts and the preserves and hobbies, the craft and hobby building. Yeah, she won it for the red skeleton doll, or he was Freddy the Freeloader. But I remember, I'm pretty sure he was an artist and he used to paint. And I think when one year we were in Hawaii, it may have been at Christmas time. I'm pretty sure that we went and saw exhibition, and it was him. Let me see, painter, artist. He's not painting a house. Artist. Yep. He was. He not only was an actor and entertainer, but it looks like he was a painter too. Yeah, I can remember. I think I have that visit on videotape in my playlist. It's one that my mother made, where we went to and we probably filmed some of his art. Anyways, even if it was through the window. But I'm pretty sure we have that in our old family videos. Once I get feeling a bit better, I can get in my front cupboard here and start editing some more family videos, because I'm sure I've got a huge container left, which is a weird story behind that. When we moved from the farmhouse, we forgot the home videotapes, and my son came over from the mainland, and he's got this garbage or recycling container full of our videotapes. So I was so happy. Yeah, I guess the farmer that's taken over the farmland at the house, because the house you can no longer live in it because of the black mold inside the walls. I guess he had access to the house and knows my son let him in. Thank goodness, because those memories. I don't know how that we also forgot a huge collection of our CDs, which I know CDs seem a little bit obsolete now, but it was a good music collection. And I don't know how we managed to leave it behind. Gosh. Mind you, we did have a lot of stuff. And my husband had gone through knee surgery, so basically the packing and all that was up to me. And moving from a 7-bedroom house into especially when you're not only do we collect a lot of stuff because that's what we wrote about and was also sent to us, but it seems like when anybody passed away or moved away, somehow we ended up with all their things. So yeah, we had a 7-bedroom house that was packed with stuff. And again, a lot of it, much of it ruined by the landlords not taking care of the building, and it's just the damp and everything. But yeah, 7-bedroom house into a 1-bedroom apartment, that was like a magic trick. It just managed. I mean, we couldn't fit one more thing, I don't think, in this apartment. Not comfortable. At least I don't buy anything. Like, there's no buying any furniture or anything. That's for sure. There's just no room. We have all we can. But, when we moved here from Hawaii, we moved to Vancouver from Hawaii. We lived there 14 years. When we moved all we had was our computers. That's all we had because we were working. And I don't know how in 14 years, other than people moving in, moving out, not taking things, just leaving things. Can I store something in your garage? Oh, sure. Got a big house. I don't know how we ended up with so much stuff at the end, but I'm sure there's a lot. I'm sure there's still a lot of it there. I'm just waiting for one of those videos, where people go in abandoned buildings and Oh, look, somebody just got up and left, and look, they left this behind. Oh, look, it looks like a journal. I'm just waiting for that to go on. Somebody start reading my journal or showing off my things. I'm just waiting for the moment. In fact, you see it so often. And when I do see that, I think, yeah, people do leave everything behind. People have reasons they have to leave everything behind, and sometimes it's a shame. But yeah, I'm waiting for that moment. In fact, there was a house up the street from us that had been abandoned in the same way. The TV was still on, electricity was still on. A lady we knew, a bunch of feral cats moved in there. So a lady that we knew would go and feed them all the time. And a few times I went down there, and the house was falling apart. But it was like somebody left and never turned the TV up. Oh, my lights are falling down over there now. I'm telling you. Either double-sided tape is not as good as I thought it was, or I'm just really, really pretty good at fixing things. Because it seems these lights, maybe the tape, the other ones seem okay. I don't know. Maybe the tape has just got a time limit on how long you can use it. Because I'm constantly fixing these lights, and I like the lights. They're good for my, my autism. They're good for seasonal affective disorder. They just make me feel good. They're, nice, sort of dimmy, not as bright as they look on here. So I don't want to lose them. But boy, they keep on falling down in places. And that's as interesting as I get at 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's see, weather. Lots of snow in Pennsylvania. The reason I know the weather is through the bloggers I watch. I watch Elizabeth Veronica in Pennsylvania, in Erie, and boy, she's had enough snow for the year as far as she's concerned. I do watch another woman, the Wilkes woman in Dorset, England. And even though I haven't watched her blog today, I'm glad you use those lights. And there's a lot of people that are really affected by the season and that. And I think the lights, I don't know, take away a little bit of the sadness, I guess. To me, they do. Oh, anyway, in Dorset, I don't know what's happening in Dorset, but in Wales, they're getting like the worst windstorm. Like they're like 90-mile-an-hour winds. And I think it started snowing in Toronto, raining here on the west, in Vancouver Island and Vancouver. And there's your weather report as far as I know it. Big earthquake down the coast the other day. Kind of scary because that fault line sort of leads right straight up to the top of Vancouver Island. And, we're always sitting here waiting for a bit of shaking. And now I'm rambling again. But yeah, I like the lights. Getting them up was a chore. Keeping them up is a chore too. But I'll even go to the music beat if I want them to. My little lights. These lights here. These lights here. Well, they'll sparkle and do a bunch of stuff if I want them to, but sometimes the flashing lights is a little bit much. Tell you, maybe windy in Dorset and snowing in Toronto and Pennsylvania. But it's quite warm here. Last few days. I went down to get my my flu shot. Oh, there's a story I was going to tell you. Yeah, I went to and I was at the bus stop, and I think I had maybe 10 minutes. And I could just light rain, dip, and I go, okay, just please, just hold this off for 10 minutes till I get on the bus. I don't want to get soaked. And then, as I was sitting at the bus stop, an eagle flew up from Bone Park, circled around my head, flew back and sat in the tree right behind me. And I thought, everything's going to be fine. I don't know. One of my my adopted eagles cousins or something over here, I'm sure. But I did feel like everything would be okay. But yeah, sitting there, and I had a light jacket on, a sweater, and some leggings, and rubber boots, and I was hot. It was hot out. I thought, boy, did I ever overdress. But I was home early. I was home probably by 10 o'clock in the morning, and overheated in December. So I guess we're quite lucky to be living in rainforest. I do look forward to a bit of snow, and especially now that we don't have a car. We don't have to worry about all that getting around and going to work and all that stuff. I don't know what Miles is going to think of the snow. I don't think we didn't have too much snow last year. I don't think he really experienced it. Either we were still at the stage where he was afraid to go through the front door. We went through a few months of him being afraid to go through the front door. I don't know why. He literally, until he was just too big, my husband would carry him outside and carry him into the elevator, down to the front door. He still won't do stairs. I don't know what his story with that is. But, yeah, so I don't know. Because when we were carrying him, it was just basically, he didn't want to be out very long. Because not only did he not go out the front doors, he didn't want to come in the front doors either. But I don't know why I seem to get these dogs with got issues, like very strange issues. And even though he's a big boy, he's a big baby in his head, that's for sure. Well, I'm glad I have a slow day today. Because I've sat too long, I can feel it in my back. So I think I'm going to make my pillows a little bit comfy. And move my gear over here. Okay, and relax a bit. Oh my, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I was going to tell you. I know I was going to tell you about the eagle. And it's funny because I kind of expected it, First I wasn't too sure if it was a crow or a raven. Well, we don't get many ravens really in an animal, but we do get a lot of crows. And I wasn't sure enough. I saw two seagulls first fly over. And then I thought about the eagle. An eagle. And next thing I know, there he is. Round. And then up into the tree. I tried to take a picture, but unfortunately my camera wouldn't focus. I don't know why I wanted to take a picture. It just seems at the time the appropriate thing to do. Catch my breath. I might actually watch that Swiftie concert again tonight. I definitely will watch it tomorrow. I want to see the very last run of the end of her entire tour. Should be interesting to see. That's a long time going. I guess it's quite emotional for anybody who's involved into the in this show. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that she gave as a bonus to every single one of the people on her team $1 million, like a bonus of $1 million. But I guess she can afford it. She must be one of the richest women in the world. I was trying to think who else who I could compare her with. I mean, she just seems to be at the top of the world for her time, that's for sure. But yeah, I might just tune in again tonight, and hopefully we'll have somebody just as good in the audience holding their phone, because the one yesterday did quite well. I ended up finding her name and going on TikTok, watching TikTok, so I didn't have to watch the guy that rebroadcast it, singing with his fake mic and stuff, and it was a bigger picture. But yeah, I just don't know why I can't. I might get caught just walking by and getting some Taylor Swift song on there. Chances are my YouTube will be copyrighted. How this guy can get away with broadcasting an entire concert, every single concert, I have no idea. I have no idea about these YouTube girls. Maybe because it was live. Maybe it doesn't stick around. Let's see if it's in my history. Because maybe that's the clue. Because if it's live, well, I do at least save my lives. Because I'm the kind of person that has music on all the time. Let's see, my history. Oh, nope. Yeah, so that must be the thing. It's since it's live and not being stored, I guess. They're allowed to do it that way. I wonder how much money that guy who rebroadcasts this makes. I mean, there was over 80,000 people watching from his YouTube channel and chatting. Over 80,000. There's more people watching his YouTube channel than were in the actual venue itself. I have no idea how he gets away with it. Yeah, see, I'm a person that really needs to have music, the lights and the music. The music is another thing that regulates me. So I was even thinking in my other computer, if I play one of my videos where I've used the copyright approved music in the background, I'll still get my music. But yeah, I'm a person pretty well does not live with the silence. The music is a big part of my life. So until I understand this whole copyright thing, either I choose the music that they've allowed me or make my own. I did write Ed Sheeran's management company once. I wanted to use that song Photograph in a home video. And they actually allowed me, want me talking that I could, mind you. That was many years ago. I don't know. I don't know how many artists. Oh, wait a minute. At the time, I was actually writing as a journalist, so I had access to. I had direct access to them. So yeah, maybe that was why. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to try to write more like current content, but I'm gonna stick on content that's of value to the autistic community because the website gocybernaut.com, GOCYBERNAUT.com, it's like a computer portal that more tends to people that have sensory issues that don't want the pop-ups, pop-unders, bells and whistles, noise, flashing lights, etc., the whole slow loading ad servers, etc. And since it's designed for people that don't like all the bells and whistles, and many which are in the community, the autism community, I think I would like to start offering more news stories and that they come up, because I still do have access to get news releases, even though I've moved away from that type of content. I thought, well, I might as well be doing it because this is a place for it. Google Spidering seems to be going very well. Where last look, there was over 70 something pages of spiders, but I did notice that my traffic is going up. Let's see, how many countries have we had so far this month? I've had visitors from 48 different countries. So that makes me happy because I really, really want to be an international network. That would be really good. Yeah, it would be. It would be interesting to meet more senior citizens with autism and hear their stories. Exactly. There is support for autistic kids, but there isn't, there isn't that support because I think a lot of times, if you grew up with the autism in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and that there was still a lot of stigmatism, and a lot of people like myself learned to keep quiet about it and just mask, just try to be like everybody else. And a situation now, I think, with seniors is that they've masked these masks being so long. Um, they're difficult to take off, and we don't even know which mask is going to be after they all come off. Who's going to be left? Who am I? There's a lot of that, whereas seniors are having to rediscover themselves about who they really are and not who they're trying to be. And also, when you get older, you start getting other health issues like dementia and well, a whole slew of things start happening. And I guess it would be easier for maybe a health person or whatever to maybe concern themselves if that's what's wrong. We're all wrong. Maybe this person is just being autistic. And, and a lot of late diagnosed. I was diagnosed, about age 11, 12. But mind you, I kept that to myself until, about a year. Well, no, it's just been this year that I actually discussed it. It came up in therapy for me a year and a half ago because it turned out with exactly what I was doing to make me happy was creating content with the stimming and stimming for content that was just friendly. But there's a lot of for somebody who's had to pretend they aren't who they are. It's really quite confusing. It's like to come out as a senior autistic person. First of all, you don't know how you're going to be judged. And then people are like, I've known your whole life. There's no way. They just don't realize that autism is it's a huge spectrum. Neurotypical people, a huge spectrum. Non-neurotypical people, huge spectrum. And it's time we start listening to these people. Especially, how they may have been, it may have been for them growing up in a neurotypical world where you basically, autism is considered mental illness. It's not an illness. It's just a way of thinking about things, a way of feeling about things. It's just being different. It's not an illness. Um, how elders navigated through life, through work, through relationships, having to figure it all out because it just wasn't your tune. You weren't playing in that orchestra, Hopefully, when I get a little braver, I can start coming online in a little later in the day. Maybe we'll have a few more people. Wouldn't it be nice if we could make this a nice, safe place, not just for autistic women or elderly autistic women or young autistic, for everybody, because we were all on a spectrum. We're all on a spectrum, and we all have a hard life going through that. We all have our mountains to climb in that. But it would be nice to have more people feel safe to come here and can just talk. I mean, talk about being us. Talk about just being an elder. Yeah, I think I'm. So, how am I going to do that? How am I going to reach people? I'm going to write more about autism, non-neurotypical life. We're in the news. We're people, and hopefully through there, maybe you can reach more people, and they'll feel more safe to come in here. Oh, yes, I know. You see, when I was diagnosed, my mother was afraid I was going to go into an institution because my brother, who'd had the brain injury, this was the route they took. She didn't know there was other routes or other ways of doing things. So we just kept quiet about it. And in those days, maybe that was the easier thing to do. It was a time of institutions. The big old scary hospitals, and oh my gosh, she was terrified. It was easier just to let's just ignore the problem. Wait a minute, it isn't even a problem. Let's just ignore the situation. But oh, thank goodness your foster family, your adopted family, saved you from that because, and even then, at 30 years old, it's quite a thing to deal with. Even though I would think, I know that I always felt that I was different. I didn't know why though. I always thought just because my family was different. It was never me. I don't think. Yeah, I always did feel I thought different than that. And some people, I'm sure saw it in me too. Yeah, it's a weird situation to be in. To be feel something all the time and get the society clap back that you're less than a person somehow, and then having to figure out how you can be more of a person that's never been you. I feel bad though. This is just supposition. South of the border in the United States, there apparently there's going to be some big changes for families, like the independent education program, IEP, whatever the kids are on. Apparently, they're going to be a lot of that's going to be stripped away, and these kids are not going to have the opportunities that I wish that I had, that I'm so happy they're having now, and the understanding. I'm really scared for the education. I mean, uh, uh, just because you learn differently doesn't mean you can't learn. But then who knows what's going to happen down there? I don't know. Maybe they'll start taking people's medical needs a little bit more seriously after what happened this week in New York City. I don't know very many people. I do know a few. I shouldn't say. I do know a lot of Americans. I don't speak to very many Americans. But it's funny, though. Funny. It's unusual that one person that I've heard from has um, had a history with that particular health care company and was totally ripped off by them. You know, she looked angry talking about what had happened, and I thought she was angry because someone was shot dead. She was angry because of the way they treated her. So maybe they're going to have to look at how they treat people. Thankfully, here in Canada, we do have, our health coverage is pretty good. We don't have to deal with insurance companies. We don't have them. We're turned away, and that's it. My husband would no longer be with me because I'm sure we would never been able to afford his cancer treatment. But maybe the healthcare system, insurance system down south is going to have to take a better look at itself. Yeah, we do learn differently and in our own way. It's interesting because when I was in the seventh grade, I had a teacher that understood that and basically said, okay, this is what you got to do in a year. And I just went and did it at my own pace and got it done. I just was better off learning on my own than in a sort of a group setting. Um, they tried to do that when I was in high school, but it just didn't work out. High school was just too much of a bigger place. So eventually um, I just was bored, I guess. I like learning. I've always loved learning. I've lost count of how many university courses that I've taken since, really in the last 20 years mostly. Mind you, I did go to university in the 90s for a while. But I like to learn, but I like to learn differently. I like to learn on my own because I have to figure things out differently. And to for schools now to have these independent programs that fit the student's learning style, um, is such an advancement. But I'm afraid this stuff is going to be not made available, which I guess why it's more important to start writing about these things. So yeah, Monday morning, then on the list, check releases. I mean, there's not a lot of autism stories, but there are some good ones. They're not only valuable information for families with neurodiversity in the family, but also let's celebrate the individuals that are doing something special, that are making a name for themselves despite the stigma. That's the other thing too. Are we going to go back? Is this society the way we're going now? Are we going to go backwards with our stigmas? Are we going to start looking at people the wrong way again? It's a disturbing time for sure. It's certainly a disturbing time when you try to make sense of something that makes no sense. Yeah, I did spend some time in the hallway too. My problem is I had that, the hand flapping thing. Now it's my foot flapping thing. So the teacher would make me sit on my hands. So now, yeah, I flap my feet. I notice when I'm really stressing or really stimming, my feet will start flapping. But my hands are pretty good. But it's amazing how many times I'll automatically sit on my hands because it's sort of programmed into me. But yeah, I actually spent most of my school years probably absent. 6th and 7th years I liked. I think because I had good teachers and I had a really good friend, Susan, who, by the way, even though we've been friends for 10 years old, 10, 11, 10, are still friends. We're still friends. Like, we are friends on Facebook. We speak and we have that sort of, she's on the mainland, that kind of, but we still are friends. And she still is my oldest, dearest friend. And the weird thing is her mom was the one mom that understood me and treated me the way I should. She used to call me George. She treated me the way that I should be treated. She understood that I'm sure that I was on the that I wasn't like everybody else. But yeah, out of all the adults in the world at that time, she was the one. Yeah. So of course Susan and I, we were best friends. Susan got bullied a lot too. I remember she did get bullied. I think she was smaller and she stood up for her younger brother a lot too. But yeah, her mom was a gem. She passed away. I really did. It was pretty sad. You get a whole lot of understanding adults in those days. But she was the one mom that actually let her kid play with me. The other ones were very suspicious of me, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, and I learned to sit on my hands, but yeah, it's my feet. And boy, and then they it'll bother me sometimes, but I'll notice I'm really getting overstimulated. Yeah, my feet will start. That's when I was a kid. I used to also have the nose twitch. It was like I don't know what do they call them. Yeah, I had like a nose twitch. It was like uh, maybe for a couple of years. I can remember. I have my brother's wife. She had children when he married, and they're my age. I can remember She wouldn't want them around because she was afraid they're going to catch the nose twitch. Yeah, they used to call me Bunny, but because my nose twitched all the time. But that went away all of a sudden. I was about 16, it vanished. But yeah, most of because I guess they say it's distracting. You're not even thinking about you're doing these things. They're the hand flapping, the feet flapping. It's like coughing, or sneezing or itching something. Yeah, it's part of your sensitivities, and you can't really help it. But yeah, she didn't want anyone. Didn't want those kids anywhere around me where there's a possibility they may be nose twitchers too. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do more content. And I guess you know, I wish I was better at promoting myself. Um, Ooh, where's Samantha? I just thought about that. We're the good witch. But yeah, I don't know. One day it just started, and one day it just stopped. Probably started when I was told to sit in my hands. I remember the teacher, it was fifth grade, get so angry at me. Yeah, sit in your hands, stand in the corner. And you're already at that point, and people are already like, the other kids, kids are not, 10-year-old, 11-year-old kids are not like being kind. They think you're doing this just to I think she said I was just doing this just to be difficult. I mean, I don't know. But I think it's nice today that students and children and adults are being better accommodated, that they aren't judged for things like nose twitching. Good Lord. Oh, I don't know. I guess we just gotta wait and see what comes after this election. Yeah, it is hard to promote yourself, especially when you're, most of your life you've been told to be quiet and assuming, and you are anyways. It's I try to promote the work that I do, but myself, I don't know. This is as far out as I've gone there. But to get in front of a camera, I mean, that was a big step for me. Um, that's the other thing too, of course. When you're young, you're just very shy, very shy. It's not that you're taking longer to process what's being said to you, so you're late and they come back, and the comeback's too late, so you say nothing at all. You get labeled shy. Then you start thinking you're shy, and therefore doing a live stream is a big step in life. Oh, managed to make it through the whole night without any pain issues last night. Last night must have been I was exhausted from watching the Swiftie concert. No. Yeah. Um. I'm trying to build my confidence. It's just been such a rough few years. It seems I finally get close where I want to be, and then something else is falling upon me. I'm really hoping I can move into the new year. They just start everything just starting in the new year. These last few years have been in years of dealing with things. I think it's time to consult my I Ching and see where I move in the next few months. I haven't done it in a while, so it's probably time. But confident boosters for autistic adults. I kind of think of myself as a late diagnosed because I don't know. Maybe it's a re-diagnosis. Maybe it was keeping everything on the low, down low all the years. I think when I finally was able to accept it and say to people, hey, this is the way I am. It was kind of like being re-diagnosed or diagnosed as an adult for the first time. I don't know. But, yeah, this is building my confidence. We'll see how I feel when I've got, if we ever get to the point we have, say 10 people. That would be ideal. If we could get 10 adult, parent, autism, or regular people, and we can just talk to each other about our experiences. So it's not me. I can imagine. I wonder what people think when they come in here and they see this. Because the chat doesn't show up the next day. They see this here. Who's this old lady that's just sort of ranting and raving on about nothing? I guess I can have a live stream about nothing. Look what nothing did for Seinfeld, eh? That was a TV show about nothing. It did well. Yeah, today more getting better, more working on my health, and more GeoGuessr games. I got about 15 games to play. Why do I do this to myself? I always say I'm going to play the games during the week. I have 20 I have to play in a week. I don't. I end up Saturday with 15 games, and I'm just too tired. I don't care if I win. I just want to play. So that's, I think I'm going to get right on that and just get all those games behind me. Since I've not been well, I don't even know why I'm playing, because I don't have the patience or that I would have. But I do tell myself, okay, I'm going to do this competitions. I'm in this competition. I'm in this tournament, and it's just basically staying in it because I don't give up. But yeah, I'll be playing quite a few games of GeoGuessr. Try to train myself not to use curse words when I play, so that I can maybe do some live stream of me playing, and then everybody will know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to find really funny, like, fiddlesticks or something. But yeah, I get far too emotionally involved in a game than I should, I think. Yes. Okie dokie. That'll be the plan. Got the GeoGuessr games done. And check the news. There's something else I had to do. Check press releases. I'm up to 1993 as far as finding Christmas shows. Yeah, I only have to proof really one page today. Well, I think I'm going to pop off now because I have 15 games of GeoGuessr. And I'm going to watch some of my vloggers of yesterday that I didn't because I was watching Taylor Swift, Tanya FM, Elizabeth Veronica, and the Wilkes Woman. Be on my playlist this morning as I work my mind and to be able to concentrate on a GeoGuessr and discovering where I am on a map. I actually think there is a major tournament of GeoGuessr on too I need to watch. So I'm going to try to pop by again tomorrow morning. I don't think I'll be going on during the day. I think I still need to rest up a bit. But thank you again for coming by, and I hope you guys, you and your friend, do very well at the Christmas market today and make some good memories together. Just have a fine time all in all. And if I'm a little late tomorrow, because it seems I'm sleeping till almost 5 o'clock now, but I wasn't getting up at 3. Have a little patience because it will be Sunday, but there's a good chance I'll be here at 5 in the morning. If not, no later than 6. So you have a lovely day, and We'll talk to you tomorrow. Good day. No miles to